Across the Gulf, from Kuwait to Oman, a centuries-old musical tradition pulses through the very heart of the community. It's a sound both simple and profound, and it's a sound that consumes you, especially if you are partaking in its creation. There's no real way to describe its omnipresence, its attunement. It's a sound made not with complex instruments, but with the human hand, synchronized breath, and shared rhythm. This is the story of the Gulf's percussion heritage, a tradition of clapping and collective expression that has originally accompanied generations of seamen, traders, and pearl divers on the open waters. In the days before oil transformed the Gulf, life revolved around the sea. Pearl diving, fishing, and maritime trade defined not only the economy but also the social fabric of coastal communities. These were long, arduous journeys, months spent at sea, facing sweltering heat, unpredictable storms, and the ever-present danger of the deep. The work was physically demanding, and the mental strain could be immense. Isolation and monotony weighed heavily, and seamen needed more than skill. They needed resilience, camaraderie, and entertainment. Consequently, music in its seafaring form, known as Bahri in Kuwait and Fijiri in Oman, rose rooted in collective action and rhythmic interweaving. This musical form was accompanied by what is known as Sharbaka, a tradition that was less about melody and more about synchrony, unity, and the physical resonance of sound. At its core, it is a communal performance. Tens of men sitting or standing together, clapping in intricate, interlocking patterns. Each clap, each rhythmic response, is both a personal and collective contribution. Why clapping? Why the human body as an instrument? The answer lies in practicality and human psychology. On small wooden boats with little room for many instruments, the body itself became the primary percussion tool. Hands and voice produced layered polyrhythmic sounds that were surprisingly complex. The initiation of such clapping didn't come with no command. Typically, a leader within the group would signal the start with a melody on a drum beat. Moments later, a different melody would inform the crew the end was near. These traditions evolved organically from communal labor. They were not merely entertainment. They were adaptive practices that helped people endure physically and emotionally demanding environments. And there's a deeper reason. These rhythms were therapeutic. The act of clapping together, of matching one another's beat, created synchrony in motion and emotion, releasing tension and lifting spirits. Psychologists today understand this as a form of collective entrainment, where participants naturally mirror each other's movements and emotional states, creating a shared sense of resilience and optimism. The beauty of Gulf percussive music is its interdependence. Everyone contributes, everyone responds. If one person falls out of rhythm, the group compensates, and through this, social cohesion is reinforced. It's almost a metaphor for life at sea. I really do appreciate you taking the time and watching the Kandari Chronicles. Please do join our community by subscribing so that you don't miss out on any content regarding the Arab and Muslim history, identity, and modern condition. And if you really do enjoy the channel week in and week out and would like to support us even further, please do join us at our YouTube membership program as well as on Patreon. Thanks again.
لفت نظري السقفة الكويتي الشعبية.
بيمسكوا الوحدة هم بيغنوا المغني
بطريقة غريبة، يعني أنا ما شفتهاش في أي بلد عربي وعمري ما سمعتها. ومش موجودة السقفة دي غير في الكويت وفي مراكش، يعني في الخليج وفي المحيط.
نعم. اللي بيسقفوا دول ده يعني ماسكينهم ماريتم، بس بإيه؟ بيقولوه عدة أصناف، يعني برا الوحدة وجوه الوحدة، لكن بيلتقوا في النهاية مع بعض.
For pearl divers and traders, the sea was both a source of wealth and a source of constant danger. Storms could appear suddenly, equipment could fail, and the pressure to find pearls or transport goods weighed heavily. In this context, the use of music generally expressed by the crew through interwoven rhythms of clapping were more than strictly joining in. They were a lifeline. Clapping together allowed seamen to maintain focus, coordinate labor, and most importantly, sustain morale during long stretches of isolation. The rhythm of the hands mirrored the rhythm of the boat, the waves, and more importantly, the heartbeat of the crew itself. Technically, these rhythms were fascinating. A lead singer or clapper sets a pattern, which is then echoed, mirrored, or complemented by others. Polyrhythms emerge naturally as multiple layers of clapping intersect. Sometimes the tempo varies from song to song, but within each remains almost a meditative state. Gradually, it builds into a frenzied crescendo, a climax that electrifies the group, releases tension, and transforms exhaustion into exhilaration. It's an experience both physical and emotional. Participants often describe it as feeling the music in their bones, a vibration that binds the group together. When I perform these rhythms today, I feel connections to generations before me, even though I'm in a city far from the sea. The rhythm brings me back to the collective heartbeat of our people. It's empowering, humbling, and joyful at the same time. Today, these traditions survive primarily in heritage and private events and cultural festivals, yet their essence remains unchanged. Modern instruments may accompany them, but the power of the human hand, the resonance of synchronized clapping, remains central. Participating in these rhythms is an act of cultural continuity, a reminder of the ancestral lives shaped by the sea and by the necessity of collective survival. And the emotional impact cannot be overstated. Studies of communal rhythm making show that synchronized movement and sound can evoke intense feelings of joy, relief, and even transcendence. From the early pearl divers of Kuwait and Bahrain to the trading crews of Oman and the UAE, these percussive traditions exemplify a remarkable fusion of practical necessity, cultural expression, and emotional resilience. They remind us that music is not only an art form, but a tool for survival. A rhythm that teaches patience, cooperation, and joy, even in adversity. In the Gulf, the simple act of clapping together became a lifeline, an expression of solidarity, and a celebration of life itself. Today, as modernity transforms the Gulf, these rhythms persist, bridging past and present. They are living proof of the power of collectivism, of the human heartbeat and harmony, and of the timeless connection between rhythm, community, and resilience. In every clap, every movement echoes the courage, unity, and spirit of these travelers who faced the vast, unpredictable sea and found strength in the hands and hearts of their companions.